Hello, and thanks for joining me on my little channel. Just out for a wander today with the dog. This is a track I've never explored before. I'm just having I've got my vango ozone 40/50 litre on the back, and I've managed to get the hydra in it. I've separated the poles and pegs out, so I'm just going to have a wander around, and if it's alright, because I ordered the footprint, which is actually the Helvellyn 200 footprint, but it actually, I don't know what the wind will be like on this, it actually apparently is the exact same footprint as the hydra, so hopefully it'll fit. So I've brought that along, and if it's quiet enough I'll set it up. But yeah, it's beautiful along here. There's the wife with the dog just there. So we'll see how it goes. So it's a little bit of an explore. Yeah, like I said, I've got the full winter kit in here, my winter sleeping bag, everything, and that hydra in the 40 litre. So, and to be honest, the weight doesn't seem too bad. So, well, not bad at all. So right, I'll crack on. This video might go up, it might not. It depends if I manage to get the thing done. So, the tent or anything, might not be any content worth watching. Look at that, 19 years old, that horse, the lady was saying. Oh, it's marvellous down here.
Yeah.
Little gem. Well, this looks as good a place as any, just to have a quick look at the footprint and see if I get any quicker putting the tent up. So I'll pop it up somewhere around here. So right, I'll get on. So little secluded place out the way, so I think I'll have a go at getting it on here. Woods behind me, it's a fenced off like, and the river's just down here. Private fishing sign on the tree there, so no access there anyway. So I'll just have a look here, and I'll film it looking down that way. I'll put the tent up. I'm only trying out the footprint.
Right, I'm recording.
So we shall see. Right, get them. The footprint out. So this is the footprint, the vango. Like I say, it's for the Helvellyn, but fits the same thing. So it comes in its own little bag, and it weighs next to nothing. If I stand too far away, I don't think you'd be able to hear me. But, right, so we'll get it out and have a look at it. I noticed that it's got little clicks on the side. Right. So obviously they're for the corners, which will click onto the underneath of the tent, I'm presuming. I don't know if this has got the port for it though, so oh, it does, that's good. And a couple of eggs. So I'm going to imagine that that is the underside, because I wouldn't imagine we'd have that tight. So if I lay this out, good job there's not much wind today. Oh yeah, I can see where it's supposed to be staked out. I can see where it's supposed to be staked out, so I really just want to see how well of a fit it is. Oh yeah. So you just peg it. Yeah, I can see. So you'll peg it out like so. Find it. Pull it back a bit. So it's a bit more on the flat ground. That's a good thing as well, isn't it, with the footprint? You can see that you're going to be on more or less level ground, and I'm happy that it's got the porch bit on as well there, so that should be okay. Right, I'll get some pegs in it, and then we'll have a look at it and see how the tent fits on top. Without the holes in it and the pegs, that's it. Compress down there. That, and I could probably do it more, but I'll just so fit it in the bag. So yeah, pretty small that. So right, I've pinned the footprint down in the corners there. You've got these clips here, which I'm going to pull up this and click onto the front of that, I think. Yeah, it's only the two clips at the front of the tent, one either side, so there she goes that out.
Right.
Right, so right, that's the last, but that was easier than the first time that I did it, so it's obviously stretched a bit. Like you say, the footprint now is on the hooks on the front. I'll get a couple of pegs and I'll peg the back in the porch. I'll just use the pegs that they give us for now, because I brought the other ones, but I'm not going to need that many anyway, so just want to see where this tent needs to be on the footprint. But like I say, it's attached underneath by them two clips, so if that's in line with the porch there, it should be somewhere near, I would have thought. So I should have maybe, I'm just going to peg it in loosely, and then I'll have I got that right? Yeah. Just getting a bit confused there. I was thinking, how's that there? Yeah, it's because I put the peg in a bit, man. There's a couple of pegs in the back. And that should hold it. So, alright, so there's the ground sheet at the back, so I could have actually, and I do actually need to bring that back a bit. It's all trial and error though, so I'll just loosen them pegs. I'll get the back lined up first there, that's probably the best thing to do. So that's on the floor there with that. Ground's very soft here, so I'll take these fronts out now, and hopefully it should be somewhere near this. Should be somewhere near the ground sheet at the front. Let's have a look. Don't want to be, tripping over everything. Golly, you stink farting. You stinks. Don't you? You're a stinky bum bum. Yes, you are. Twisted, isn't it? So I'm not taking these sides out, so it could be that it's twisting it a little bit. See, these alloy vango pegs, they're no good in hard ground. They're ideal in here, where it's a bit softer. Just a little tweaking on the front, isn't it? I'm in a bit of a dip as well, like, so. Yeah, so I think you've got that dried out as well, like. Yeah. So have a look at the front print inside. Right, a few things that I missed off last time on the tent was when I mentioned this rolling up, and I think Mr. Wild Wales, he's brilliant. He's just done the review of the same tent. I think he thought that this didn't roll up, but there is a toggle there, and I'll have a check inside, but I'm sure it rolls up. And it just toggles there, so we'll have a look. Anyway, let's see what this footprint looks like on the inside. Watch it, Ollie make a beeline for it. Oh, doing the wrong zip. That's the second zip at the top, preventing one it. This is a bit nicer surroundings than the garden, though, isn't it? So. Oh no, that'll be just fine, that, wouldn't it? So that footprint's alright there. Can we get that rolled back? Yeah, I could just tempt that footprint finished,
It's pulling over at the back side.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I haven't got it perfectly over, but I've got that, and I've got it underneath there. See how well? I'm going to put this door back up. So. I'm obsessed with them everywhere, ain't you, son? Oh yeah, there is a toggle. You just have a, there's the, if you can see that properly, that's the centre toggle. So that's obviously goes onto that when we do the door up. So yeah, no, pleased with that. Happy, yeah. So and these also are tensioning up. I don't know how well they'll do it on the, yeah, you can see, cause I think it's because the tent's on a bit of a slope. And these ones tightening up, this come all the way. I've seen it somewhere. No, I can't find it. Yeah, well, I thought these did, didn't I? I'm sure they do. I'll wiggle this front door up. I've just took the two front pegs out. Maybe should have, so that's that one zipped open. I'm just curious to know if it is. Oh, and another thing that I like about this tent, which I didn't notice on the first, well I did notice but I forgot to mention it, is these rubber finger grips on both sides, which I think's handy. So if you've got gloves on, you can still get hold of them, and they're nice and soft. Right, so let's have a look at how this door folds then. I'm going to show, maybe just flip them over. And then if we just roll it, there's Ollie Bob. This is the first time I've rolled this up, so I'm just guessworking it. And that's another thing I like as well. On these, they're not solid material, they're on a bungee, so they have got a bit of play in them. You know, sometimes when you're with, when it's just solid material like what you tie to. And there we go with it fully open front. So, and there's Ollie. Ollie, you just done Dad's 10. Yeah, so the front, so you could have, if it's a gorgeous, obviously hot day, have the front open. Like you say, it's just a shame about, it's not a shame because it's supposed to be a 4-season tent, but it's a shame that didn't have the double mesh door, so it had the solid and then a mesh one so you could undo the solid and put it in inside and leave a full mesh. But yeah. Right, I'm going to get it packed up, and stick some water on, we'll have a cup of coffee. There's a couple of stones just over here, and I'll put the jobs weight on with some water and we'll have a cup of coffee and then we'll get going. So, right, I'll have a cup of coffee, I'll get the tent away and I'll talk to you again in a minute.
Okay.
Just to wrap up. So another thing I forgot to mention was it comes with the oversized stuff sack. So I've just folded there's the tent now. So there's absolutely no problem at all. Look at the room in there still. Absolutely tons of room. So just pull that up. You can get that down a bit more. Get some of that air out. Squeeze them over. And then you've got your compression straps here as well. I do need to just loosen that off. And whack one round. Get that tightened up. There's the second one. Obviously I've lost a bit of room because I've squished it right down. I'm not sure how good the sound's going to be because I haven't got the mic on this. Get that air out a bit. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. The size for a decent tent. Right, I'll get it back in the thing. There we go. You enjoying the ground sheet, aren't you there? Yeah, so if anybody wants a floor mat for the Vango hydra, I can now tell you that the Vango Helvellyn 200 does fit.
Price.
Just putting the pegs away. Yeah, so that was pretty good. So like I said, these hooks here just clipped onto the front of the tent, the same as where your inner goes. And it's pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what material it is, but it's quite thick. And it's not heavy either, so it's always a bonus in this. I'm doing that like that. Top tip on your tent pegs. I don't know whether it'll work with this. If you use the hook on the other end, it's a lot easier, and it saves you getting your fingers jammed underneath them. Yeah, so that's it. I'll get it put in its bag, folded up and put back in its bag, and I'll show you it. That's it back in its bag. I can't remember now. There you go. Only the size of a hand. I'm not sure exactly the weight of it. I don't think it's much. Maybe it's, I don't know, 100 grams maybe. 120, 300 grams. I don't know. I'll check and I'll put it up on the screen. Around here somewhere. But yeah, so when I got this, I think I mentioned it. No, I haven't mentioned it actually because it's only just arrived today. I got it for £24, £24.99 off Amazon. So that's with delivery because we're with the Prime. So it was free delivery. I checked the other day to see. Well, I've checked today. Anyway, they're now £34.99 for some reason. No idea why, but so yeah. So I saved a tenner buying it a bit early. So I'm chuffed with it. Right, I'm going to have a coffee now, and well, I've had our coffee. left no trace, even though we were just here to pitch the tent and see how the ground sheet was. It was nicer surroundings, wasn't it, than my back garden. So we're just going to head back to the car now. So once again, please give us a like. If you're already subscribed, thank you ever so much, much appreciated. And if you don't subscribe, please consider clicking the subscribe button. And like I say, just keep one eye out for that competition, because it will be coming. Not competition, it's not a competition, it's a giveaway. Also the giveaway, I forgot to mention, there will be a Vango 60/70 litre rucksack as well going with it to put all the gear in. So right, that's it for now, and thanks again for watching. Love you loads, bye.